Welcome back to the second part of Lesson 81. Forgiveness is my function as the light of the world. It is through accepting my function that I will see the light in me. And in this light will my function stand clear and perfectly unambiguous before my sight. My acceptance does not depend on my recognizing what my function is, for I do not yet understand forgiveness. Yet I will trust that in the light, I will see it as it is. Specific forms for using this idea might include, let this help me learn what forgiveness means. Let me not separate my function from my will. I will not use this for an alien purpose. Forgiveness is my function as the light of the world. Breathing in, it is through accepting my function, breathing out, that I will see the light in me. Breathing in this light will my function stand clear. Breathing out, and perfectly unambiguous before my sight. As thoughts arise, breathing in, let this help me learn what forgiveness means. And breathing out. Breathing in, let me not separate my function from my will. And breathing out. Breathing in, forgiveness is my function as the light of the world. And just sitting together in practice, noticing the rise and fall of the torso, scanning our practice area for 5 things we can see. Turning our senses inward for 5 things we can feel. The weight of my feet on the floor, the press of my fleece pants on my legs, the feeling of my hands touching my knees, the weight of my sweater on my arms, a little bit of cat hair tickling my face. So those are examples of things we can feel. Mixing the meditation anchors of the body senses so that we can sustain a long practice as we are doing today. Breathing in, forgiveness is my function as the light of the world. Many exciting layers are presented to us today. Accepting our function as forgivers is what allows us to forgive ourselves and see the light in ourselves, the connection between us and all other life, the connection between us and our Creator. And then, of course, once we are sitting identified with this connection to self, to other, to God, once we are sitting in this understanding of our higher selves, and we identify with this higher self, then it feels perfectly normal and natural and correct that forgiveness is our function. So holding one thought allows us to amplify the other thought, and it is an upward spiral of enlightenment and purpose and ease and joy and clarity. However, Jesus also gives us a way to move forward without making sense of it all, because he understands that our human perception is so stuck and so limited. He says, my acceptance does not depend on my recognizing what my function is, for I do not yet understand forgiveness. So we don't need our intellect to have processed everything in order to get on this boat. We can move by faith, by trust. I will trust that in the light. I will see it as it is. We don't need to have it all figured out. We just need to trust that this is the right way. Breathing in and out, noticing the rise and fall of the torso. Noticing where the feet make contact with the floor. Sending our awareness up through the body. Relaxing the belly. Relaxing the hands, the shoulders, and the face. And breathing in. Yes. Needy cats. Walked out. It's too early. Hi, buddy. Breathing in and out. Forgiveness is my function as the light of the world. I am the light of the world, and forgiveness is my function. It feels impossible to pull ourselves out of our petty, dark worlds of self-punishment and suffering to take on this mission and this purpose. So how important it is that we spend these moments pausing to connect, to accept, to enjoy, to start identifying with our higher and holy self, with the Creator. It feels so hard. It feels so unnatural. And so just taking ourselves with a grain of salt, if this feels so strange, it is. That's why this is called A Course in Miracles and not a course in everyday routine. Let this help me learn what forgiveness means. Let me not separate my function from my will. What does that mean? Let me not separate my function from my will. You've got to come say hi to everybody. You're going to come say hi? Oh, he's such a contrary little guy. So there's what we want to do, and there's what we think we should do. We should forgive. We should connect with the Creator. But then we just want to go watch Netflix or be petty or win the lottery so we can be happy. So this is our prayer. Let me not separate my function from my will. Let me align my highest intention with every part of me. I want to scoop up my demanding fuzzball and show you my little prince, but he is very contrary. I will not use this for an alien purpose. What does that mean? I will not misapply this teaching to support the ego, to support the ego's disconnection from the Creator's will and love. That would be the alien purpose. Forgiveness is my function as the light of the world. Thank you for joining with me for lesson 81, part 2. I may have some delay in posting the next few lessons because I will be out of town in a place without Wi-Fi. So I will record the lessons, but I may not be able to post them until I have connectivity again. So if for some reason you're following this and don't find the videos, that's why. And please feel free to do the practice on your own, knowing that I am practicing with you in the invisible. And we will reconnect at the end of this week. Thank you so much. Bye-bye.